In all of television, they are truly the youngest at heart. Nora jogs or bicycles to maintain her trim 82-year-old figure. Maurice manages her restaurant 7 days a week, and she's 80 years old. 83-year-old Billy is one of the stars of a highly popular TV sitcom. Otto, at 86, is here every day to exercise his body. And Alvin, at 95, is here every day to exercise his imagination. In all of television, they are the most outspoken and the least restrained. And we all welcome you to Life Begins at 80.
And now, let's welcome our host of Life Begins at 80, Shadoe Stevens.
Welcome to Life Begins at 80, the show of good common sense and uncommon wisdom. This is a show where young people seek the advice of their pesky problems and predicaments from a panel with more than 4 centuries of experience, 428 years, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's meet our distinguished panel. First, one of the stars of TV's very popular sitcom, Dear John.
My name is Billy Bird. I am 83 years old.
My name is Otto Kennedy, and I am 86 years old.
I am in my 80th year. My name is Maurice Prince.
All right.
I'm Alvin Steinberg. I'm 95.
I'm Nora Hecker, and I'm 82.
And they are counselors of the week. Feel good about this. Alvin, I understand that you had an interesting experience the other night.
Was that a doll? I'm in a bar, and I'm having a drink. And I'm minding my own business, and there's a good-looking blonde sitting over in the corner. And we were sort of playing eyes together. And I moved over and sat next to her, and I said, "You're a very attractive-looking lady." She says, "Well, you're a pretty nice-looking guy, too." So I said, "How about coming over to my house tomorrow for dinner? And I'll cook a good... You like spaghetti?" She said, "I love it." I said, "Well, you're going to have it, and I'll have a bottle of champagne there, and we'll have a ball."
Sounds good so far.
So the next day, the doorbell rings, and there she is. Around 6 o'clock, she is dressed beautiful. So I really got myself something here. I sit her down at the table, pour the wine, and I said, "Make yourself comfortable. Take some of your clothes off. Be comfortable. Be home. Act like you're at home." She said, "You take your clothes off, too." I said, "I will. Just wait a minute." So I came back in the room, and there's a man sitting there bald-headed. He was wearing a wig, and I got a transsexual.
That's a true story. Well, let's meet our first couple.
A husband and his wife who's upset with him. Gary and Kate Costello.
Welcome, Kate, Gary. Hello. So what's the problem?
Well, my problem is my husband is very shy.
Uh-huh.
And
how does it manifest itself?
Well, he's private, and he keeps all his feelings to himself. And he does not like to undress in front of me.
Anything else?
When we make love, he likes all the lights out, and at night, in the bedroom, everything, you know, the way it's supposed to be, rather than being spontaneous and somewhere else in the house.
Uh-huh. Gary?
Yeah.
Is this true?
Yes, it is.
Now, how long have you two been together?
5 years.
This has been going on for 5 years?
Sure. Oh, for me, it's been going on all my life. I mean, I've always been modest, and see, she's a flaunter, and I'm not a flaunter.
Okay, well, how about you in the panel here? Billy, you have any questions?
How come you're so shy around her? She is your wife, right?
Yes.
Why not just open up, be yourself? I mean, let it all hang out.
That's what she asks me all the time. But the times that I have, it's like she looks at me, and I feel like she looks at me like I'm a piece of meat. And so that just like...
Well.
He looks great.
I just wonder, does he have anything to flaunt?
He does.
Gotta run, huh, Gary?
I sneak whenever I can.
I see.
And I have to sneak, yeah.
Alvin?
I never had that problem. I take off my clothes, they go absolutely crazy. You ought to see me strip.
That would make me vomit.
I feel the same way when I look at you.
Alvin, could you explain to us, you do a lot of talking about your earthy compulsions. Could you explain to us just how you keep this kind of activity going?
Well, I'll tell you, I get a lot of rest.
I bet.
I love this echo here.
I have a question for you, Gary.
Yes, ma'am.
Kate said that you undress in the dark. What happens if you get the urge on a bright afternoon?
You close
He
off the windows?
doesn't allow himself to get the urge on a bright afternoon.
you're missing
He
a lot.
saves it.
You say that you like it in the dark.
Yeah.
I like it any place I can get it.
Well, I enjoy it more in the dark. I enjoy it more.
Have we come to any conclusion here? Billy, do you want to wrap this up?
Loosen up a little, parade around in the nude, let her enjoy. I mean, there's music to be had, honey. Play it to the hilt.
But she can't play
The hilt is
on
a
his
good one.
instrument.
I have another suggestion. Have you ever thought of going to a sex therapist?
No, I haven't.
You know, that might be very helpful.
Fair enough. Otto?
Well, I feel that the girl has to take matters in her hands and break him,
Like a good way to go.
and break him from this ridiculous shyness.
Maurice?
It's up to you.
Maurice?
Kate, I had a man like that who wouldn't take off his clothes. It didn't last 2 days. So I told him, after I tackled him and told him, honey, don't be embarrassed because you're not a David. You know, there's not very many men is. And then when he finally took them off, I could see why.
Honey, everything has been completely covered. But let me make this suggestion. I have a bottle of wine in my dressing room. Come on over.
Are you kidding? You'd be asleep before you were half finished with a glass.
This is sinking to all-time lows. Nora?
I'm a very firm believer in exposing what you have in the proper situation. And I think that being married should give you a sense of freedom to expose whatever God has given you, and for Kate to enjoy looking at it. I think
Words to live by. I think, Kate, you'll have to realize that he is very shy. He's not going to change overnight, and it might just take another 5 years. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Gary. We'll be back in just a couple of moments with questions from our studio audience, and I'm told that some are quite direct, if you know what I'm saying. We'll be right back. Now we have a number of questions for our consultants from the audience. Are you ready?
Let him shoot.
I'm ready. Sign in, please.
My name's Aldo Tassara, and the question is kind of personal, but are you people still interested in sex?
Quite interested in, but can't do too much about it.
Alvin?
I am completely interested morning, noon, and night every day of the year. There is nothing better in the world than that.
Yeah. All right.
Keeps you young. You may perspire a little, but wipe it off as a towel. But it's fun.
Now, Nora.
Alvin fantasizes an awful lot. I don't believe a word he says.
I think there's more than a few of us that have trouble.
Why don't you try me sometime and see if I'm kidding?
No. Whoa.
If you had the opportunity.
Now, let me get this straight. You don't get tired? Doesn't wear you down?
I get a little bit tired after the fourth time.
Pass on.
Are you taking supplements?
I take a rest and come back and take a shot of scotch. And bang.
All right. Now for our next question.
Hi, my name's Janet Colleran. I have a question for all of you. How did you manage to live to be so old?
Otto?
Change wives from time to time. I have done this 3 times so far. But I have to be careful because my wife is in the audience at the moment, my 3rd wife. But this is a good prescription for a happy life. You also need good genes.
Alvin.
I didn't hear your question. Will you repeat it?
I asked how you managed to live to be so old.
Eat prunes.
And Nora.
I may be 82 years old, but my attitude is not 82 years old.
Whoa.
I watch my diet. I don't have sex. It's true. But
I'll break down and try an old buzzard. I don't care.
No. Whoa.
if you had the opportunity, but I don't just give it away like that.
What do you charge?
Good one. Now our next question.
Hi, I'm Kelly Engel, and my question is for Nora.
Right.
You seem to be very bright, and I'd like to know what exactly you look for in a date.
A date? To be honest with you, I don't have dates. I have memories that I live with. I had such a wonderful husband that I don't think I could ever find anyone who would take his place. And I live on those wonderful memories.
Can't get pregnant with memories.
I don't need pregnancy anymore. I've had my share. Sex dates are not necessary for me anymore.
What's our next question?
Hello, my name's Catherine Buck. I'd like to ask the panel, when they were dating, did they prefer to date somebody that was older or younger than themselves?
How about you, Alvin? Do you like someone older or younger?
He would have to go for younger because there would never be anyone older.
Well, I'll tell you something. I don't separate age. I don't care.
Somebody older.
Will you have this lady removed?
Otto?
I look for people young, middle-aged, and old because it doesn't make any difference to me as long as I'm stimulated by them either upstairs or middle or downstairs. I love people.
Okay, Otto loves people. Nora?
The man would have to be at least 20 years younger than me, and too many men after the age that I am are really old men. They lose that attitude.
Can we go home now?
All right. Billy?
I have friends that are little children. I have friends that are middle-aged. I have friends that are old people, much older than I, and they're all just people.
They're all like friends.
They're friends.
Seems like a good place to wrap it up. Thank you. Thank you again for your questions. Thank you in the audience. Thank you on the panel. We'll be back in just a few moments with another problem and another stunning couple. Well, welcome back. Let's see who's next.
Well, they've been married for some years, but their problem is age old. Bill and Joyce Cavan.
Welcome, Joyce. Welcome, Bill.
Hi.
So, what's the problem, Joyce?
Well, after 10 years of marriage, he's basically taking me for granted
How so?
in all ways. We sit down for dinner, he just chews and grunts, that's all you ever hear. We go to bed at night and I make myself very sensual and attractive. He lays in bed, does crossword puzzles and ignores me.
I think I'd rather have Alvin.
You can have me.
I'll try to kiss him and, you know, what do you want? Are you a sex maniac?
Bill, come on. What's the answer to this, Bill?
We've been married for 10 years. She knows I love her.
Mm-hmm. And that should be good enough, huh?
I think so.
Fair enough. Panel, any questions? Anyone?
How many years were you married before this started to deteriorate?
About 4.
4 years?
Mm-hmm.
You have any children?
We have 2.
Well, It must have continued at some point.
I tricked him into it. 16 and 6.
16 and 6?
Maybe she's got a lot of pent-up energy.
That's it. I'm waiting for him to get, you know, romantic.
So you ever bring her any gifts?
Oh, he once brought me a toilet bowl flusher for Valentine's Day.
It was like a joke, though, right, Bill?
That was just part of the gift, okay? There was a dinner and the flowers also, but I've given her a lot of gifts, and she remembers that one. I guess it must have made an impression.
He brought me a rock once.
But it was shaped in a heart, and I had inscribed Bill and Joyce forever on it. And
well, now we're not getting the whole picture now, Joyce. That's kind of a romantic kind of rock. Alvin?
I think your lens is broken.
Your lens?
Lens.
Your lens is broken.
Toilet flush things are so foreign to my idea of romance that I think you should have left this out.
If I was married to him, I would take that toilet bowl flusher.
Joyce, what I want to say is, a penis has no conscience.
Where's this going, Nora?
I just want to make a point. With anticipation, it will grow and flutter and expand.
Oh, that's what she's hoping for.
Let me just finish. With rejection, it droops. But you know, if you sweet-talk him, if you look good, if you smell good, if you touch and pat him, this will stimulate him. This is touching on all the senses.
You know, I think tonight you're going to get it.
Billy, what's the way out for this?
The way out is either get together or get apart. I mean, a marriage is supposed to be forever.
Get it together
or get off the pot.
You're right.
Why don't you try this? Make a date. Wednesday night we're going to party. I'm going to have candlelight. We're going to have dinner. I'll put on my lingerie that you bought me, you might have bought me, or you didn't buy me, or goddamn it, go out and get some, and we'll really have a party. Try it that way.
Otto?
I think, Joyce, it's up to you. You have to help him. You have to really get into him. It's up to you.
Maurice?
I think that she should take that rock.
Okay, thank you, Maurice. Nora?
Joyce, if you really make it interesting for him, using all those 5 senses, there's no problem that you cannot solve.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Bill and Joyce. It's been my personal experience that whatever you take for granted might not be around to take. But thank you for joining us. Well, we'll be back in just a moment to compare today with your turbulent past. We'll be back with more fun right after this. Welcome back to Life Begins at 80. Now, what we'd like to do now is have you compare life today with life as it was years ago. For instance, do you think women of today are too aggressive for their own good, Alvin?
I have found very few of them aggressive.
Really?
Until they find out that I got money. Then they work.
Billy, you think the women are too aggressive today?
It depends on the person, of course. You know, some really want to take over and run everything. Others sit back and let everyone else tell them what to do.
How about you, Otto?
Women should be feminine, and at the same time they should know that they can do just as well as a man, but remain feminine.
Well, I'll tell you what I think about it. From the neck up, they're beautiful faces, and when you go down a little bit lower, and you get to the fanny, they all look alike.
Okay, you stopped me right there.
Chance to see mine.
Otto, help me.
I never heard of an approach to femininity from the fanny up or down. I never heard of that until now.
How about you, Nora?
Women are not too aggressive today. Women have been put down for too long a period. They are not given the rights that men are given. They do have to fight for what they think is right.
Thank you.
Very good.
And that's our show for today, but we'll be back again tomorrow with more problems, other features, and special guests. And, of course, our over 80 experts, Billy Bird, Otto Kennedy, Maurice Prince, Alvin Steinberg, Nora Hecker, and me, Shadow Stevens, reminding you that all of the sugar is at the bottom of the cup. Bye-bye out
there. Life Begins at 80 is a production of the Fred Silverman Company in association with Barry and Enright Productions.